I'd like to welcome you back to another session. Today I'm going to be going over an area which is pitted with a lot of these shallow diggings in an area where they were trying to go after ancient gravels, deep leads. So that what they were doing is they were going sinking these 1 or 2 meter holes, and they were unearthing a lot of this river worn gravel. You can see that it's all river worn. So this is an up and close view of these shallow diggings, and in some cases they're not so shallow. I mean, that looks like it could be a couple of meters deep. If I go a little bit to the right, there's another little hole there. It looks like at least another couple of meters deep, and you know, you don't want to get too close to that, especially in darkness. You could really hurt yourself. But clearly they were unearthing a lot of the gravels, and yeah, this whole area is just pitted with these shallow leads. You can see that just unearthed a lot of the gravels. Another one there, and they're everywhere. Okay, so I've gone over this area really quickly, and I just want to show you 2 targets that I've come across. One is very obvious, which I think is probably going to be like a lead shot or a bullet casing. So right that there. Very loud, very obvious. So I don't think that's gold. I'm just going to mark it off. I'll dig that out. Most likely to be a bullet. But a bit further down, this is the one that I'm really interested in because it's very faint. So what I might do is I might just take a bit of the surface off and see if that gets any louder. Because, I mean, in my experience, it's usually those faint signals that turn out to be something more. Do you know what? This is where I get tired of trying to find it with the TDI. It's just not that sensitive. I might just bag it up and just pound it off at another location. It just saves me a lot of time. You just never know. I just want to show you, so this creek, obviously it's dry. Winter here in Australia and no rain, it's very dry, so conditions aren't great for panning, but again, you know, for scouting around and just doing a bit of relic hunting, it's good. I want to show you this this reef that I've come across just adjacent to this creek. So as I lean into this spot, you can see that this is ironstone, and there's just a quartz reef running through that ironstone, and that ironstone reef just works its way right up to that hill. And it wouldn't surprise me if the gold was leaching out of this reef. The old timers probably didn't get enough gold out of it to remove it. They've removed obviously the rich spots, but it just wouldn't surprise me if this is gold bearing and all the gold is washed into the creek to the right. So it's pretty exciting. I haven't got a dolly pot or anything. I'd love to get a bit of a sample, but it might just be that I move some of these, any loose reef, anything that's kind of loose, I might just rip it out and just run the detector around it, just in case anything is jumping out. But it's always good when you can see sort of reefs intact. It's pretty cool. All right, and then you can just see it. It's very mineralized quartz. You know, it's the right stuff. It's pretty cool. I've positioned the tripod, and I've actually dug out just below that reef. See if we can find anything. maybe. I'm doing the same, just removing some of this earth. Again, I can't seem to pinpoint it, I just know it's a little bit noisy, so just grab the whole area. That's the limitations of the TDI. It's helpful, but to a point. All right, so I've come back to that reef location and I've actually just taken another tub of dirt from it because when I panned it off, there's a little piece of gold in it. It's gold bearing. So there's no harm in going, just grabbing another tub, just going a bit harder. But when I look at this area, there's this big valley, it all runs downhill. And I decided to just run my detector back over it. And you can hear, so we've got a signal right there. Now, irrespective if that's gold or not, it's a heavy drop-off zone. So if I'm going to be running a bit of cleanup sluice at home, I might take a second tub from this lake. Again, so my battery's running down, it's always the case. I'm just going to take another tub from this location. It's a heavy drop-off zone, there's a good chance it might be some gold. We've got a recirculating bilge pump, which I'm using off a speed controller, and we're just going to keep recycling over and over. So it's pretty efficient. As for the pay dirt, that's the pay dirt from today. Basically took it out of the gully. I had 2 tubs worth, so we're going to be here for a little while. But it's beautiful looking gravel, good enough to eat. All right. Beautiful. But again, only because it's got clay, I'm holding it up. If I really wanted to, I could shoot it straight out, but like I said, I'm going to go over this with the detector afterwards and see if we've got any nuggets. So much fun. I'll do my NuggetBash thumbs up. Okay. Not a bad little setup. And again, if I want to have more pressure on these jets, I can seal this, or I can take it off and reduce the pressure. So it is adjustable, but this is the way I like to run it. Okay, more tailings. Once you can take a photograph of the setup. So I'm running it off a 60 amp LiPo battery. It's just a King's battery, they're awesome. And off a speed controller as well. And I've obviously added a fuse. If there's any spikes, that 15 amp fuse will capture the 16 amp bilge. So we're protecting all of our devices. And that's got a battery control system as well. So You're pretty safe. It's practically starting to fall out. Heavy wonder dog. Jackie, get the ball. Get the ball. This is where we get that little insert and we're like 2 hours later.